World War I, 1914 to 1918. Prince of Austro-Hungarian Empire, Archduke Franz Ferdinand went to Sarajevo. An assassin tried to kill him, but failed. Later, he was shot by another assassin. The Emperor Franz Joseph would not pardon anything related to that assassin, even Serbia, which was helping those assassins. He started to give many impossible demands to Serbia. As those demands were not accepted, the Austria-Hungary declares war on Serbia. Russia assists Serbia. Germany assists Austria-Hungary. France assists Russia. Germany launches an attack on France. But France had made many stronger forts, so Germany's plan could eventually fail. So German troops enter Belgium, presuming that Belgians won't do anything, but Belgian troops fight back. Belgium and Britain had an alliance, so Britain declares war on Germany for trespassing neutral Belgium. Till then, German troops entered France. They dug into trenches and stuck at stalemate. Meanwhile, the Russian troops entered Austria-Hungary. The Russian troops prepared quickly to fight than Germans expected. The Ottoman Empire at the Middle East had tension to join the war due to the Balkan War happened earlier. Some Ottoman troops bombed over a southern part of Russia, and Russia declares war on Ottoman Empire. Till then, Australia captures German New Guinea, and rising Imperial Japan captures German colonies in Asia. The Allied countries attacked German colonies in Africa. Two major groups were fighting: the Allied or Entente power and the Central Power. In Christmas, German and British troops celebrate Christmas like friends until the next day. 1915. Italy had an alliance with Germany and Austria-Hungary, but had tensions, but Italy joins the Allied power. The Italians and Austro-Hungarians fought on the border mountains. The war rules of that time were: civilians and injured won't be targeted, no using biological weapons, and neutral countries won't be targeted. But Germany had already attacked neutral Belgium, used Zeppelin airships for bombing civilians in British cities, and used U-boat submarines for sinking British passenger ships and supply ships, even American ships, and used chlorine, mustard, and tear gas in Allied trenches. French soldiers suffered at most. At one time, the Germans used chlorine gas on Russians, but some of them survived and stopped the German attack. Till then, Austro-Hungarians still didn't manage to defeat the Serbians. Then Bulgaria joined the Central Power and defeats Serbia, and the remaining Serbian troops successfully evacuated through Albania. Then Greece joins the Allied power. The Ottomans failed to attack the Caucasus and British Suez Canal, so Britain thought that it would be easy to defeat the Ottomans. So the British, Australian, New Zealand, and Indian troops at the Gallipoli. First, the British ships were attacked by Ottoman artillery. Then the Allied troops started landing, and hard trench warfare started. 1916. Allied casualties increased more and more, so the Allied troops evacuated successfully. The Gallipoli Campaign caused the death of 250,000 soldiers from both sides. It was a big failure for the Allies. That time both sides were building dreadnought battleships, which caused many valuable time and money. At one time, both sides used them, but after looking at the damage, they stopped using dreadnoughts. Germany attacked hills of Verdun in France using artillery and big counter-attack for 7 months. Then Britain launched counter-offensive in the Somme River, but it caused a massive loss of lives of British soldiers. The Britain appeared using tanks for the first time, but it was a failure. It was very worse than expected by the counterattackers, as Germans used heavy machine guns. Both attacks failed badly after 2 months. It caused a massive loss of lives any country could ever suffer. The Emperor Franz Joseph died, and his great-nephew, Karl, or Charles I, became the emperor. As the Russian counterattack was success, Romania joins the Allied power, but gets stuck. 1917. Britain launched a large-scale tank counterattack, and got a massive success in it. The Russia won't last long, as Germany launched a big counter-attack in Russia, and a revolution was happening inside Russia, and Tatar abdicated, and the provisional government took over. After that, the Bolsheviks took over, and Russia sued for peace, and got out of the war. The Germany's U-boats were sinking many American ships, and after the reveal of Zimmermann telegram, the USA joins the war. They will soon fight in French forests. 1918. The Italians were also stuck at stalemate. The Greeks started having heavy losses. The Germany attacks Somme, but gets defeated, as the American troops arrived with good amount of ammunition. The Ottomans were losing against the British. Bulgaria surrendered first, so did the Ottoman Empire. Karl I announced Austria-Hungary's surrender, and then abdicated. And the Germany also surrendered. With the population of only 1.8 billion, the world suffered a great loss of life, which may look like small today, but it was very big loss that time. The world would also suffer the Great Depression. Germany also had to sign the Treaty of Versailles in 1919, which gave very harsh terms for Germany. And Europe looked like this.